think these are good. This was the Gretzky style in the 80s. He wore this. So I might try and do a combo deal since it's the last day. Let's see if it happens. We'll predict it. Pay 20 for this. And we'll see. That's 20. This is 10. We'll see if we can get the 3 of these for 10 off. So 1 helmet for free, basically.
Mountain Man. Treasures.
I like this. That's cool because I think
I did.
Yeah, I think with this.
Yeah, for your wife. The bag.
I think we can do that.
She gave you the money.
Oh, really?
All right now.
Yeah. You enjoy. You need a bag for that?
They're all, half of these are empty. '70s comic books, $20 each. Sergeant Rock is awesome.
It is.
Not in good shape.
Well, they're this price. Let's see if we get on everything, because I don't want to take anything off. They are. Have fun. You got her just in time for lunch. They're pulling ribs off the smoke down there. Oh, yeah. Carol's pretty excited.
Not all of them. Yeah. Well, that's why we love the hot pot. I mean, and that's this guy.
So we definitely picked up. That's why we hit this one. We're like, oh, that's got to be big down there.
Well, I'm telling everybody,
I don't know who that autograph is.
the food is great, the people are great, the restroom.
Who's the autograph on here?
Greg?
Yeah, one-stop shop.
Greg?
Thanks, guys.
Hey.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just curious what the...
That was Chelios.
Chelios, okay.
Unfortunately, I think it was displayed, so it got a little discolored.
Yellowed, yeah.
But he had a bar in Chicago for a while when he was still playing with the team, but that's his real signature.
Gotcha.
I had my cousin who lived in Chicago go into the bar when it opened to grab it for me.
Gotcha.
If you're wondering why that's not my dad's name tag on there. I don't, I don't know sports stuff, so I don't even know if anybody knows who Chelios is anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I know who. Yeah, I know
was
who
a
he is.
fan,
Yeah.
so that's why I was so excited. I told her, please, can you go in there and grab me a T-shirt? And
That's
she
cool.
actually said he was there signing when she went in. So.
Nice.
Unfortunately, like I said, it wasn't under glass or anything, so
Right.
it got discolored.
'80s hockey helmet. Those are cool. I might have to get the Madonna. Those helmets are super. Actually, I think these actually might be pretty good, guys. Believe it or not. I don't think I was tilted down enough. Yeah, I think these are good. This was the Gretzky style He wore this. So I might try and do a combo deal since it's the last day. Let's see if it happens. We'll predict it. Pay 20 for this. And we'll see. That's 20. This is 10, 10. We'll see if we can get the 3 of these for 10 off. So 1 helmet for free, basically. Miss Marple, I think she tends to do pretty well, actually. I don't know about him, but we're going to try the helmet. All right, I was curious if I clear out your little corner here, would you do $30 if I get the 2 helmets and Madonna?
Probably. Let me ask my son. Greg?
Plus, I got some other stuff I'm getting from you. See, I'm pulling you away from conversations all day long.
That's right. No worries.
I was curious if we got Madonna and the helmet, would you do 30 on the
Yes.
clear out the corner?
Yep. Do it.
Cool.
Do it.
What do you want for DVDs?
Dad.
Oh, it's right on there.
I think they're a buck a
I
piece.
didn't even look at it.
What you're taking the D&D too?
Yeah. And I had 20 on it. I had the little
20
slip somewhere.
Will you do 60 for all of it? Is that right? Is that 20?
see.
What did you say for this? No, that's not right.
20, 30,
30, 50,
50.
and we'll give you the DDs.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah, cool. That's great.
Let's do that.
Thanks. What's your name?
It's Troy.
Troy. I'm Greg. Good
Yeah.
to meet you, man.
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
You need any kind of box? I don't know if we have.
Well,
Like this though?
hopefully you don't need them, right?
No.
When you back up.
Well, I don't know if this is. Oh wait, probably have a box under here. This will work, right?
That'll be perfect. Thank you.
What you talked about? The way
There
you
you be.
want it. Okay,
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, ma'am. You coming with me? I got a head in a box now. I don't know how well that's gonna go over sitting in the car with a head in a box. If somebody walks by and
Yeah, you better be careful. The lady down here at the Baking Bad is a cop.
oh no, walking around with a head in a box.
Thank you. You can have the lid if you want.
Oh, I don't think my lid will fit. Thank you. White pup. Can I say hi to the dog? Can I say hi? Your ears say maybe.
She loves her neck rod.
Hi. Can we talk? We can be friends. We can be friends. You're a cutie. You're a cute pup. Oh, we like that, huh? Is that the spot? Yeah, I don't know. Let's see if the photos are still in here. I think they are. This might be worth grabbing. Make a deal on the comics and get this thrown in. $5 each. See, I can't do anywhere near that. Because most of them, I think, are maybe only worth $5. I think I could do like $2 a piece and still make a little bit of money and find a good one. How badly do you want to get rid of your Mad magazines?
The Mad, I think he'd love to sell a set.
Okay.
I think there's 30 of them.
Okay.
We counted them out. I told him $100 if you want to buy them all.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it's his stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he. Somebody asked, would you do less? So
Right.
I think I told him, Dad, if you buy 5, I'll give you 1 free, basically.
Gotcha.
So buy 4,
Yeah.
get 1 free. If you want to buy 10,
Okay.
he'll give you 2. So buy 8. You know what I mean? But I mean, he's trying to get rid of the set. But I told him, and for you, make an offer.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
get
it's
it. Are those
somebody
his
asked.
too? Like over
Those were mine.
Okay.
But I mean, I'd love to sell it as a set.
Right.
I mean, I think you want to buy sets, right? Or did you just want to buy a few?
Yeah. No. I mean, I would just get the whole thing. I mean, just rather than picking through.
Gotcha. I mean,
yeah.
that's kind of it. I mean,
Yeah.
I told my dad it's because he's struggling with the. You can see like the pricing and all
Right.
that. I don't know. That's why I told him. I said, well, then say, Dad, 100 or make an offer.
Right.
I think the same it was the classics. I think there's 29 of these, 30 of those. I mean, I don't know. I mean, make an offer.
I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of where we were.
Right.
I was
No,
trying
I
to
hear
tell
ya.
him on starting. I mean, if he was asking 5 a piece, I mean, there's some that are worth 2, some that are worth 16 from what he looked at.
Right, yeah,
Depending,
yeah.
I said you can't go through that. So if they
Right.
know what they're looking for individually,
Yeah.
would you do?
And like condition is kind of rough
is
on some of them.
poor.
Like some of them, the cover is off.
I would
and,
say from a
know.
collector standpoint, condition would be poor.
Right, and that's why I'm a little not.
There are none that are mint.
Right.
That's why I told him. I mean, a collector's going to know, Dad, and they're going to be able to tell you, or a picker is going to kind of know.
Right.
But I told him you got to have a starting point. Because people were like, well, what do you want for him? And he's like,
Right, you got to know. Yeah.
and I said, Dad, they're making you work. And it's like, if you don't know your product, then, I mean, that's not going to
Sure.
work. So that's why I told him a starting. I mean, say 100. Are you interested in the classics or just the Mads?
Not that much in
Gotcha.
these, honestly.
100, make me an offer.
Yeah.
Like I said, we count them. There's 30.
Okay.
Probably 10 in good shape. There's probably 10 in poor shape. I mean, he did price a few of them that were his favorites. I think he saw a couple on eBay, like 16.
Right.
I think 20 was a high on a couple.
Yeah, there's
on
like
eBay.
there's a JFK one in here
Yes,
that's
that
like
was-
a
that's
like a
one-
$15.
That's the one he looked at.
Like 10 to 15 in that condition.
Where are you thinking?
I mean, I was
Like less than 50?
no, I was looking at like if I did like $2 a piece, it'd be 60. But I don't want to
I'll take 60.
I'm always nervous to throw out a price because I don't want to.
I know that.
Disrespect anybody.
You're not going to disrespect us. And since I'm selling for him, I told him, Dad, we don't want to take it home. But if somebody wants to, if somebody offered like $1 for all of them, and I'm like, Dad, you could put them on eBay for the JFK alone, and I'd rather them go to you.
Okay.
I just told you 50, so if you 50,
Okay.
I'll do it. I mean, does that sound good?
Yeah. No, I could do that. And then what do you think on? I mean, what would you do on those? Like,
Do you want them all?
well, I mean, a lot of them, so it might be easier just to.
Would you do 100 for both? 50 for these two?
And throw in the planner.
I'll throw in the Beavis and Butthead. Is there
I
only
think
one
that's
left? Oh, he sold one.
Well, there was 2. I think it's cool.
If you do 100 for these, I'll throw in the Beavis and Butthead.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Cool.
And we'll clear off the table.
Does
for
that
you.
work for you?
Yeah.
Troy, you're
Of course, then you need to find a new box for those.
You're a repeat customer. I mean, I want to give you a deal.
You know, I had to get something to eat, and then I'm like, you know what? I need to look at these again.
I saw you coming back. I'm sorry.
No.
Is that good for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's
okay.
good.
Okay.
Can you take 100? I have 100
Yes.
floating in my
Yes.
wallet that I haven't had
Take it.
any reason to give somebody.
Take it. I
do
didn't
you
even
have
have to
change
hold
for
it up.
100? Like,
But I was the kid that liked the war stuff.
well,
The oldest are the enemy aces, but there's a few older Sergeant Rocks. They are 70s.
saw some.
I mean, when I was a kid. The Sergeant Furies are cool. Actually, the ones that are really cool are the Weird Wars are really cool.
Yeah, those are fun.
But the ones that are kind of off-brand, it was like fighting army, fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, some I've never
Have you seen the haunted tank?
Yes, there's a few. There's a few.
Is there some of those?
There's
Okay.
a few. I mean, that was what I collected.
Okay, that was a good stop. This part of the Bitterroot 50-mile garage sale here just a little bit ago, and found some fantastic stuff there. As you saw on the title screen, bolos on parade. It was everywhere I looked. I picked up a bolo there, and pretty cool. And I think this stop also sort of was an object lesson for a couple of different things. And so I wanted to touch on some of those real quick. One thing is just, when you go to these miles-long garage sales, a lot of people will tell you, okay, go to the houses, but don't go to the big parks or the fields or the tent cities or whatever they have set up. At this particular sale, they call them hot spots. And I understand the sentiment behind why a lot of people are saying that. Actually, behind this booth that I made all these deals in was a guy selling off his sports collection. He wasn't a dealer. A lot of people say, well, that's where all the dealers are, right? All the flea market people, that sort of thing. And so it's harder to get a good deal. It's harder to find stuff. That's true to some extent. Sometimes that's true. There was a guy behind, as I say, this guy, and he was selling off his sports collection, bought a lot of jerseys, autographs, that sort of thing. It wasn't dealer prices that we were seeing from that guy. It was way over the top. He was overestimating the value of his collection, and he knows how much he paid for a thing. He's trying to make money off of what he paid for a thing, and he, in some instances, paid too much or paid just what it's worth, or the market has changed, whatever. I couldn't find any of his stuff. Cool stuff. Couldn't find any of it that I could actually buy and make any kind of money on. Most of it was more than what I could even sell it for. And I showed him that a couple times. He would say, well, what is this selling for? Because I told him what it is that I do. And so I'd pull it up and I'd show him, and he was stunned. It kind of threw him for a loop. But this other guy, Greg, he was selling off some of his childhood stuff. Dad was selling off some of his stuff. This wasn't a dealer. This wasn't somebody necessarily selling their collection. It was just somebody that either couldn't or didn't want people at their house, right? So they want to take part in this thing, but this is an easy place for them to do that. They buy a spot, they set up, they sell their stuff, then they go home. So I don't think that fear of don't go to these big places because you'll never get good deals. It's just not true. And I found some other stuff. I had a memory card issue, and so I don't know if I'm going to have the video for that. We'll see. I did find a couple of other things at the sale, including an NFL jersey at another dealer, a 3X, so it's a big size. They were dealers, I could tell, but they had some other stuff that it wasn't their niche. And so I got this jersey for like $10, and it's going to go for at least $100. Probably more. So there was great value in stopping there, and got a really good lunch to boot. So ignore the people that say don't go to those places. If you've got time, it's worth at least taking a look. And another thing is bundle. You saw it there. I say, hey, this thing's worth 20. This is 10. This is 10. If we buy all of this, especially when it's on the last day of a sale and they want to get out of there, which that's kind of surprising too, right? Like maybe too many people listened to the advice of, don't stop at these places, because he had, some of it, I wouldn't expect maybe people to know about the hockey helmets if you're not a sports person. The mask was weird. I took a shot on that. Turned out that was good. But like the Dungeons and Dragons book sitting there, how that made it through a day and a half of this major sale, I don't know. I mean, I guess people just weren't coming in. They took the advice. They didn't stop at the tent city. And, well, they took the advice and paid the price, because I found the thing. And those dice sold for crazy good money. I knew the book would be good. I didn't realize the bag of dice, that was really good. I put those up to auction, and a couple of them went nuts. So keep an eye out even for the original D&D dice. But, bundle stuff up, with the comic books at the end. Hey, if I get these, well, you throw this in. It's only a $5 deal, but usually if you're spending money and you buy or you grab something inexpensive, a lot of times they'll throw it in. And so we've got that planner throwed. We got that planner throwed in, and it sold right away. And we made some of our investment back off of something that was a freebie. Same as, one of those helmets. I essentially said, hey, if I buy this and this, can I get this for free? Right? Because it was 20, 10, and 10. I said, if I get them all $30, immediately said yes. It's not the way you phrase it, saying, hey, can I have that for free? You say, if I get all of this, will you give me this price? It doesn't always work, right? But don't be afraid to try it. And don't be afraid to throw out prices. I had a discussion with him because they had the $5 a piece on those Mad magazines, and it just, most of them weren't worth that. They were in rough shape. And I got lucky. I found that poster in there that sold for $15. Pretty desirable poster. It was ripped. Part of it was ripped. Otherwise, it would have sold for good money. It was in bad shape like the rest of it. But I got lucky and found that, and so made some of the investment back off of that. But, and he even gave me money off. He was saying, you're not thinking anything less than 50, right? And I said, well, no, I'm thinking 2 a piece. That's 60. Well, I said 50. So would you do 50? He negotiated down for me. Don't be afraid to throw a number. I know a lot of people are scared to negotiate prices, and I get it. It's uncomfortable, at least when you start. But if you get doing it, that's sort of the fun of it, right? And that's part of the deal of bundling too. You're negotiating price, but throw out prices on stuff. And be honest with them. Tell them, look, this is what I'm offering, and this is why. And if it doesn't work for you, that's okay, right? And more often than not, it's not like they're going to get offended. They're not going to get mad. Worst thing is they say no, and you either agree to a different price or you just move on with your day. But we got a much better deal than what was advertised because I was willing to throw out a number. Now, also something that happens is when people already have money in their hand, he said, hey, you're a return customer. I want to make you a good deal. I'd already given him money, right? And then I gave him more money on the comics. So then when he looked at his half of the comics, he was willing to do a deal because I've been giving him money. We've built up a little bit of a rapport. And, so we got a good deal on those as well. A lot of those going into my booth at $5, $6, $7 a piece. And so it's going to take longer to make money off of those, but we'll make money off of those. And some of them are online for, $10 or so. So we'll do really well off of that stop. We made ballpark like $650, I think, off of just that initial buy without the comics thrown in. So we're still way ahead. And every comic that sells is just bonus at this point. So I appreciate you guys swinging by. Thanks so much for giving this channel a shot. If you wouldn't mind hitting the thumb down below, that helps us a lot when we try to activate that magical algorithm on YouTube. Also, subscribe and hit the bell. The bell will let you know when we put new stuff up. So I appreciate you guys so much. We'll see you next time.